They warned me in the square, over black tea and too quick laughter. Don't drive Zavodska after sundown. The warning was almost casual, as if saying, don't cross the cattle field. Then someone added the right word and the mood shifted. Avtostopnyk, the hitcher. Keep your family from it, they said, like a curse could be contagious through thought. I was 27 and traveling because I thought the world was the best kind of danger. I told them I'd heed it. I lied. I wanted to see what made the road a talisman in a place where talismans tended to be planks nailed over wells. Zavodska starts like any forgotten country lane. Two thin ruts, grasses leaning in to eavesdrop, trees knitting a tunnel. On the map, it was 6 kilometers long, measured in a straight line, barely a kilometer. The road breathes in spirals, doubling back on itself until a short walk could be turned into a day's worry. Locals said it was a trick. I said I liked tricks. Night fell quick. The canopy swallowed the last light, and the world narrowed to the headlamps. I should have driven away when I could still find my way back. Instead, I flicked the lights off, because that was the dare. If you extinguished your lights for a minute, the curse might notice you. 5 minutes without sight. 2. I hit the switch. There was a man on the verge. Thumb up. He shouldn't have been there. There was nothing for miles. He wore what looked like a priest's collar, but the garment was gray with dirt and something darker. His hair was wild. His smile or his scream was a lace of torn skin. He smelled like cold houses and something metallic that dripped away in the wind. I hit the gas to pass him. The car didn't obey. My foot found what felt like the brake first, and the engine smoked like a chest trying to breathe. The car inched, and the hitcher came to the window and pressed his face against the glass. It didn't break. It didn't need to. His breath, cold and damp, fogged the pain. His eyes glinted orange like cave lamps. When my foot finally found the right pedal, I tore away. Across the passenger window, a smear of crimson and rippling skin stayed like a warning tag. He reappeared 3 times ahead, one time by the ditch, once by the bend, once standing in the middle of a place that had been nothing but trees an instant before. Each time the car fought me, as if the road itself decided how fast I could go. By dawn, I had found the village again. My hands shook so badly I could barely pack. I canceled the rest of the trip and flew home. I told myself leaving Zavodska behind would be enough. It wasn't. The hitcher came after me in small, precise hauntings. At first, he was at the roadside when I drove at night. Just a wave that looked like someone rehearsing a smile. Then he stepped into lanes to make me brake. Later, he banged on my hood with the rhythm of a man counting heartbeats. I began to avoid cars. I walked. I took trains. I became someone who timed crosswalks to avoid streets. 2 years later, I was driving, sober, steadying my friend Jamie home, and there he was, in the center of the road, priest cloth flapping. I swerved. Jamie sang too. Tammy described the collar, the wild hair, the patient grin. For a moment, the knowledge that someone else could see him felt like a mercy or a sentence. My body couldn't decide which. A week later, Jamie and his wife died in a car accident that should have killed the other driver too, or no one at all. The town said, "Freak." I said, "Zavodska." After that, I never drove again. I stopped finally when grief grew personal and practical. If the hitcher touched a life that had known me, maybe he could mirror my footprints to other people. Better to be a ghost who walks. Years built up around that decision like dust. I taught myself other routes. I learned the slow interior life of a man who avoids mirrors of all kinds. Maybe that is what fatigue looks like. An animal that has given up some of its directions. Last week I took the bus because winter had come down like a soft curtain and my feet would not carry me. I sat by a window and watched a city I thought I owned grow anonymous. 2 stops after mine, I saw him again. He stood where bus passengers stand and wait, at the edge of light and shadow, at the place where concrete forgets to be a road and becomes something else. He had Jamie with him. I could see the soft collapse of skin, the dull green in places where life had eroded. They were not cadavers exactly, more like corpses who had been held and spoken to and then told to keep pretending. The hitcher held them by the necks, not tightly, but with the certainty of a man holding a puppet. He made them walk, made them turn their heads to look at people in passing buses, and they smiled like people who mustn't make anyone stop because it would ruin the show. Hitcher danced a little jig between their limbs, laughing without sound. Around him the trees leaned in as if to listen. We passed. The bus hummed like an animal with a tune in its throat. I watched the faces of the strangers on the seats. They were all looking the way a community looks at something obscene and knows it must be true. Not one looked away. What is worse, that I have been carrying this with me since Zavodska like a stone in the coat pocket, or that the stone is now a beacon? If he can reach through miles and years, what calendar of ruin does he follow? Why Jamie? Why me?